can't march 20, 25 soldiers abreast, so you have to form a column. So here that forms a single or double line going down a road or a trail.
My company, into line, march!
Quickly back into the company front so everybody's facing the direction they need to go.
Right, oblique, march!
Oblique moves the center of that line sideways while they're still all facing forward.
March, right, march! Oh, march!
Back into column. It's like playing follow leader.
On right by file into line. March!
Filing on right by file into line puts them back in the same order they started with, by each soldier taking one pace beyond where the previous one turned. This inspection is to make sure that the muskets are ready to fire, making sure that flint that I mentioned is properly seated and that it's sharp, that it's actually there. Also listen for the ting of metal on metal when the musket is shaken. That lets you know there's nothing down the barrel. There's no lead ball, there's no charge, there's no debris down there. It's ready to be fired safely. Next, we're going to do what's called the manual of arms. This manual of arms, as done in the 1820s, is very similar to the von Steuben's manual, developed during the American Revolution by Baron von Steuben. Everything starts from the left shoulder. This is the standard carry. The support arms is an alternate carry. It changes the muscles. It may look awkward, but it's actually fairly comfortable, especially if you're marching long distance, like on the 4th of July.
Arm support.
Arm support, better control. It's good for running. It's also good for crowd control.
Shoulder, arm. Rail, arm.
This is good for keeping the bayonet down below the level of the branches overhead so you don't get all tangled up.
Arm. Freeze and arm.
Salute for body non-enlisted soldiers to the American
Shoulder,
national colors. Officer of the day. Okay, I think I got it back. Officer of the day, commanding officer, and dignitaries. Notice the bayonets come off very easily. It's a simple socket device.
Right, rest, front, right wheel, march.
Now today's a beautiful day, but if it was a day like we had a couple days ago where it rained hard, you would want to keep that lock dry and the barrel down so it doesn't become a giant rain gauge, otherwise it won't fire again. So this is a way of doing that.
Secure arms. Shoulder, arms. Fix bayonet.
Bayonets go back on as easily as they came off.
Charge, bayonet.
This is primarily used as a defensive movement during our time period here. The soldiers form a giant hedge, again double line of soldiers all doing that. Means soldiers on horses, the horses don't run into the giant steel thorns of this hedge, and that's good for defense. The horses, the cavalry breaks through, that's not a good thing. Now, U.S. Army is following the kind of tactics followed by European armies. However, outside the walls of the fort, the prairie people like the Dakota, they would do more individual fighting, and they try to count coup, which is actually to touch their enemy before dispatching them. It shows bravery. It's a way of building social status and so forth. Finally, we're going to do the 12 steps taught to American soldiers how to be prepared to fire their muskets. I'll be quiet so you can hear the 12 commands.
Open hand. Handle cartridge. Here, cartridge. Prime. Shut hand. Cast above. Charge cartridge. Draw ramrod. Ram cartridge.
last 3 commands you've perhaps heard before. This is a good time to cover your ears.
Hey. What?
Ideally,
Close.
the whole company is going to fire at exactly the same time, so you hear just one loud bang. These being finicky instruments, we're just happy if all 3 of them go off. That was a pretty good volley. Now the second time through, they're not getting the 12 commands. Again, just like the cannon, soldiers are taught to fire their musket 3 times a minute, so they have to be ready to fire within 20 seconds.
Ready.
Again, it's a good time to cover your ears.
Hey. What?
One loud bang.
That was very
I didn't even cover my ears because the fluid in my ears makes it cold.
Next, they're going to do a brief inspection.
On.
They will take
Order. On. Range. Ramrod.
the idea of this inspection is make sure they all went off. If the ramrod is sticking up more than it should, you know there's a cartridge down there. If it doesn't go ping, you know there's a cartridge down there. Finally, the last thing we want to do is a participatory opportunity. We take people of all sizes.